Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Okay, it has been a while. It's been a very long while since I posted. And what I'm going to talk about in this video is how some benefit is better than no benefit. It's something that I realized over the past few months. Interestingly enough, I thought it, but I never put into action until just right now. And I thought about the fact that I haven't posted in a while, and why haven't I? And I've thought, oh, I've just been busy. I've got this, all these things that are piling up, and I've got no time to make a video. And at one point, I thought, you know what? If I made one video every week, poorly edited, no thumbnail, just 2 minutes, even just 2 minutes, and I just spoke from the heart, I could really change someone's life around. I could give some advice that is actually beneficial to someone, as compared to if I just waited 6 months. I waited until my life quieted down. Everything that has been bothering me and has been on my mind, I finally put it to the side. I'm going to make a video today. The motivation comes out of nowhere. I'm like, that's it, I'm going to make a video. I make one video in that moment, and it benefits 40 people. Okay, and it benefits them at that time, and that's it. 6 months later, no benefit. Whereas if I was to just do a little bit every day, wouldn't that be way better? Wouldn't that be way? I really have a script for this video, so you can just tell I'm just kind of waffling. It's my third time recording it. The first time I recorded it, I felt like everything was flowing, but it's not really flowing this time. I don't know why. But yeah, I don't know if I'll be alive in 6 months. Let's just say something life changing happens now. Something that if I was to tell someone who really needs it, it might just change their life around. It might be really beneficial to them. They say that after you pass away, there's three things that will help you in the grave. And they say it's a child that does dua for you. Don't have a child yet. A sadqa jariyah, ongoing charity. Alhamdulillah, I try my best. And the third is knowledge that you've shared that people have benefit from after you passed away. And if I make a video every 8 months, how many people am I really going to benefit as compared to if I make a video every month and a little bit at a time? Especially if, let's just say, like I said, some life changing event happens and I get some really subhanallah, some amazing nasiha from it, a lot of benefit, and I feel like this benefit could be beneficial to other people. What good is it if I say it 6 months later? Because of the fact that I wasn't in the habit of sharing advice regularly anyways. And if I get into the habit of sharing it regularly, then when that massive thing happens, I won't think about the fact that I haven't posted in 6 months, and this video has to be really good thumbnail and really good video editing and this and that. I will just make the video. I'll just make it because I've already got into the habit of making it. And again, if I was to pass away, let's just say this thing happens and I'm like, I'll make this video, when my life clears up and things aren't so busy, I'm gonna make that video in 2 years. In 2 years, I might even be even more busy, and I might not ever make that video. And so instead of me thinking, in 3 months, I'll make that video and it'll benefit 100 people because I'll make a good thumbnail, good editing, and then inshallah it'll reach more people, then that might not even happen. So I might as well benefit 4 people right now, make this video, poorly edited, whatever, benefit 4 people, and at least it helps somebody. Because if 5 months down the line, I might be like, oh, I'll be more free then, I'll be able to make a better video. 5 months down the line, who knows, I'll be more free then, I might even be even busier. I might pass away. I might not be there to make that video. I might not ever make that video. And that's the point. Some benefit is better than no benefit. And I realized for a lot of things in my life. Generally, recently, do you know how they say consistency is everything? I've always been like, yeah, 100% consistency is everything. Anytime somebody said it to me, I'll say to other people, be consistent, be consistent. But I've never really done that. There's not many things I've been consistent with it in my life. And when I think about it, over like the last 3-4 years, if I just did 10 minutes every day in just a few habits, alhamdulillah, sorry, I've just eaten, so I'm just all gassy and everything, apologies, I would be in a completely different place right now. And it would have changed my life, and I wouldn't have even realized it. For example, my room is a mess. My last video 4, 5, 6 months ago was about my room being a mess. And what did I say? I was going to say I'm going to finally clean it up, and then I'm going to make videos and I'm going to finally clean it up. And there was a period in my life after that point where for 2 weeks all I did was clean every day. At the end of the day, for 10 minutes, and that's it. I'm gonna clean for 10 minutes, then I'm gonna go to bed. My room, for the first time in ages, it used to make me feel so happy. I generally used to feel so much dopamine just looking at my room. For like 3-4 days straight, it was spotless. It was clean. Everything was exactly where it's supposed to be. I couldn't believe it. I would start my 10-minute timer to clean, and within 4 minutes, I would be like, damn, my room is clean. And if I was looking at it right now, in the current condition, it is an hour to 2 hours to clean it up. But guess what? If I was to just do 10 minutes a day, within 2 weeks, I've done 140 minutes, this room would end up clean. And it wouldn't be such a big task. I wouldn't be able to procrastinate it at that point. Because right now, if I was to do 2 hours, I'm going to go to the gym in a few hours, then I need to go to sleep, I need to pray, I need to get some work done. I don't have that time to clean my room. And then it'll just get dirty tomorrow anyways, or the day after, it'll just get dirty again. Just make sure it's recording. But 10 minutes a day, that's all it takes. 10 minutes a day, I'll clean one side of my room. 10 minutes a day, I'll clean, in that 10 minutes, I'll clean my desk. The next 10 minutes a day after, I'll clean my wardrobe. Next 10 minutes, I'll clean the floor. Those are the 10 minutes I'll spend on this here. You can see a little bit of what's going on in my life right now. I think I might have already said that. Might be my second time repeating that. But that's all it takes. And then that's just cleaning my room, which I'm saying right now, but I need to do because I used to do it consistently and it was very good. And I need to start doing that again. And then another example is flashcards. It's a bit of a random one, but when I first joined my Alim course in person, this was after I did my foundation year online because I was at university. When I came in person, I realized that my Arabic was levels behind everyone else. It was so far behind, and I always felt quite insecure about it in class. Everybody's, they're like, oh, read this sentence, and even the people who weren't so, let's just say, focused in class, who weren't, trying as much, they'd be able to translate the whole sentence. And you ask me, I know like one word, like 3 words here and there. And I used to be like, oh, I feel so stupid, bro. I feel so stupid. And like, I'm so behind. I'm gonna fail my exams. And then about 2 months ago, I remember my teacher once said, for Arabic, just learn your vocabulary. 90% or like 60% of Arabic is just vocabulary. If you just learn every single word, even if you don't know the nahu and the sarf, the syntax and the grammar to make a sentence and understand why the sentence is in the way that it is, what makes up the sentence. If you just know every single word, you'll be able to translate it, and that would take you quite far, especially in Arabic when most of it is just translating sentences and trying to create your own sentence. At least if you know the words, you might not be able to join it so well, but you'll be able to say each word correctly at least. And so I was like, let me just do my flashcards. So I just downloaded this deck online, and I was like, oh, 1,000 flashcards. I'm never going to be able to do that. But I just thought, let me just do 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. I tried to do 5-10 minutes a day. I ended up doing like 40 minutes, an hour even. And it started with an hour, like 30 minutes to an hour. And I used to do that quite comfortably. And if you think about it, it's only 30 minutes back then. And now it only takes me 20 minutes and I've learned over 1,000 words. If you were to ask me right now and test me, I'd probably only get 600 right. But 600 words and 400 that aren't so strong, that's 1,000 words in 2 months. And if I keep that habit, there's about another 1,000, 2,000 words in that massive Anki deck that I downloaded, that massive flashcard deck. Give me 2-3 months, I'll know like 3,000 Arabic words. And what did it take? 10 minutes a day. If you were to tell me right now to learn 3,000 words, I'll be like, hell no. That's never going to happen. I'll never be able to be like that. But now it's actually got to a point where if you show me the word, I'll be like, ooh. Test me right now. Show me a word. Portugal, I think that means oranges. Ghurfatun means room. Maktab means desk. Maktabah means library. Kameez means, I already knew what kameez means. Bab means door. These little, nafida means window. I'm just doing random things here and there. I used to know what pillow was. I literally got I forgot pillow. So clearly I need to work on it. But all it took was 10 minutes a day. And a lot of the things in my life, I realized 10 minutes a day is all it needs. Be consistent in YouTube. I might not be really good at it. I might not be making the best videos. I might not get thousands of views. But if I'm doing it for what my intention is, which is to benefit other people, to have that reward with Allah, that I was beneficial to the people, I'd need 10 minutes a day. I mean, I need only 10 minutes in a whole week to do that. To record a video, 10 minutes, post it another 5 minutes, and that's only once in a week. That's like that's nothing, bro. I probably wouldn't make 2 minute video. I would have probably split up 2 minutes every day. But if I could just get 20 minutes in the whole week and I just sit down and make something, then I have fulfilled my intention. My intention is just to benefit other people, and that's all it took. When it came to my Arabic, my intention was just to get further ahead in class. Okay, and to get further ahead in class, you don't need to learn 5, 10,000 words. You just need to learn a little bit more words than you were originally every single day, and then eventually you get to a point where you are either in line with the class or ahead. And I'm now currently ahead, whereas before I was miles behind. And again, what did it take? I just took 10 minutes every day. Well, more like 20, 30. That's what it ends up being. But initially it seemed like such a big thing. I just told myself, let me just do it first thing in the morning, or like last thing at night. Let me just do it for a little bit, and then quickly I'll end up doing 10, 20 minutes. And that's the thing for most habits. Starting is the hardest thing. If you do some of it, you'll still get the benefit, maybe not all. So if I consider my flashcards, if I did 5 minutes a day, and I only did 5 minutes a day, I'd be in a much better place than if I did every day for the last 2 months. I would be in a much better place right now than if I didn't do any at all. But at the exact same time, me just doing 5 minutes a day and making that my daily minimum was what allowed me to do 20 to 30 minutes, because I gave myself a really low bar, and it was so low that I reached it so easily. But because I'd already reached it and I was in that place, I didn't mind doing more. But if you gave me the bar there, then I'm looking at it from there. I would have never done it. I'd be like, that's too high. I don't have the time for that. I'm too busy. I'll never be able to do that. But because I lowered the bar so far down, I was still able to do that, because it was so low that once I reached it, I didn't want to stop, and I carried on. And the same applies to this video. If I post this, and inshallah I'll do another one a week from now on the same day, Wednesday, I'll make another one just like this, and I'll do that again next week. Inshallah, I might make that really good video that I was planning to do in 4 months when I'm way more free now, because of the fact that I put the bar so low. I got into the habit. I made it easier for myself, that I didn't mind taking the extra few steps to make something a bit more better. Whereas if I just had the bar over there at the top, good video, good editing, everything from the beginning, I would have never got around to it. And I'd be in the exact same place months later. And I'm realizing that for quite a few aspects of my life. Texting, subhanallah. Another one, texting. I've been known. Sorry, must be getting out of shot. I've been known for the longest time to be an awful texter. Awful texter. You do not want to text me. You do not want to be my friend. To such a degree that I've had people say to me, what was the point of you replying? Because they text me and I would respond sometimes a week later, sometimes 2 weeks later, sometimes even a month to 2 months later, and they'd be like, "What the hell? Why did I even text you?" And this was like a chronic problem for me. It's like for the last 2 years, I've been known to be this way, and only recently I've started to make changes to fix it. And I realized again, all it takes was 10 minutes. I used to tell myself, "Oh my God, I'll never be able to text all these people. There's so many messages, and this, I'll never be able to do it. I don't have the time, throughout the day, to stop and to text these people. Like, it's just too long. I'm just not that person." But then I realized sometimes these people invite me to good Islamic things. Sometimes these people are texting me because my response might put a smile on their face, because they like enjoy talking to me. So when I respond a week to 2 weeks to a month later, they don't have that connection with me anymore. They don't appreciate me in that way. They don't rely on me. They see as me as unreliable. Someone as, if they needed something, they're not going to ask me, because what's the point? I'll respond in a week. I've had friends say, and they'll never put me as their emergency contact, because they cannot rely on me, that if an emergency was to happen, they can't rely on me to call me. And imagine if I had a friend and he's only outside and he has a heart attack, God forbid, and then he's like, "Oh, I need to contact someone," and he knows that I'm only the next house, like here. You know, he probably maybe still call me because I'm so close, but he might consider, you know what? There's no point. We can't trust that guy to respond in time. You know, maybe a heart attack I might take it a bit more seriously, but the point is, people were getting upset, people were getting offended, people didn't like it, and yet I still did it for a year to 2 years, and I legit realized one day, bro, how long does it take to reply to someone? Maybe the first day to respond to these, I had like over 50 messages, let's just say 50 to 70. The first will take me an hour, maybe. So all I have to do is take out one day, take out 1 hour, and just reply to everyone. Boom, 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 reply to everyone. Then suddenly out of the 100 people, only 30 to 40 of them will respond. So then the next day, it will only take me 20 minutes to reply to everyone. And then from then on, if as long as I reply to every single person every day, which might be 2 or 3 new texts and 5 to 6 old texts, it takes me 5 to 10 minutes to reply to everyone. And that's what I'd been missing for 2 years. For 2 years, I'd been known as this awful guy who you should never text because he's never going to respond to you and you can't rely on him. And you might invite him to a good Islamic thing and he'll respond 3 weeks later saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I completely missed your message." All it took was for the first day for me to put 40 minutes of my time in, the next day about 20, and then from then on just for 4 or 5 minutes every day just to respond to that person, just to respond to all the messages in my WhatsApp chat history, and on the other apps as well. Just respond to everyone. 5 minutes a day, that's it. Do that every day, first thing in the morning. Do your flashcards after, and I kind of stack these habits together sometimes. 5 minutes, do everything. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, and boom, that's all it takes to be consistent, and that's all it takes to be, up to date in a way, or on top of things. That's the word. That's all it took to be on top of things. I'm here, mate. I need to start texting people properly. It was legit on my to-do list. Start texting everybody properly. Start reading Quran properly. Start learning Arabic. Start doing all these things. And when I looked at them, I was like, I'll never be able to do these. There's like 15 things on this list. But if you consider the fact that most things will take maximum 10 minutes a day, a lot of life-changing habits you can do within 10 minutes a day. And how many 10 minutes do you have in a day? You have a lot of 10 minutes. In terms of 10-minute blocks, you have 6 every hour. So in 2 hours, if you were to just take out 2 hours of your day, that's 12 blocks. You can work on 12 habits. I could spend 10 minutes replying to someone. And remember, I said in 10 minutes, you can respond to most people. I could spend another 10 minutes, cleaning my room. Spend another 10 minutes, oiling my hair. You can see I'm balding. That's something I've been working on recently as well, as you can see. And look, all it takes is 10 minutes a day to just stop balding. I could spend 10 minutes drinking more water, spend 10 minutes working on my diet, just working on a diet plan. Obviously, cooking and everything could take longer than 10 minutes, but it only takes 10 minutes to work on it. 10 minutes to iron clothes, 10 minutes to clean my clothes, clean my room. I already said that. I don't know if I said my flashcards, but the thing is, a lot of things, they just take 10 minutes of your day. And this video, I think I already said probably 100 times already. This video, because considering how many times I've had to re-record it, it's probably taken me half an hour. Let's just say half an hour. But in a week, half an hour is nothing. In a full 7 days, 7 times 24 hours, half an hour is nothing. And if I was to just take that time out, make a quick video, and benefit one person, if I'm doing it for my pure intention, for the intention to please Allah, that I'll just try and help someone out there, then that's all I need. I only need half an hour. I don't even need half an hour. I need 5 minutes. And so why haven't I made a video in 6 months? Because I've put the bar way too high. And I've been trying to be a perfectionist. That this bar that's so high, it's probably, my arm's probably out of the camera shot. The bar is so high that I'll never reach it. That it just becomes so overwhelming and so daunting to ever do that I'll just never do it. Whereas if I just put the bar there, I'm like, bro, anyone can do that. I'll do that, and then automatically I'll end up doing that. Do you know what I mean? I'm probably, what did I just touch? Oh, it's a screw. But anyways, I probably made that point about 15 times during this video. But it just shows to you how important it is, and it shows to you how silly I am for only realizing it now. So inshallah, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Inshallah, that I won't be a hypocrite after this video, and I will make another video next week, same day, 10 minutes, something. I'll find something to talk about, and it'll be better than me not talking about. Sorry, I'm getting gassy again. It's better than me not talking about anything. And then it goes 8 months I haven't made a video. At least if I benefit one person over this entire video, alhamdulillah, that's all you need. Anyways, I've been talking for 20 minutes. So clearly this video was at 10 minutes. And it's probably taken me 40 minutes to record this in total. But again, it was 40 minutes in a whole week. Especially if, inshallah, it helps just one person. Maybe one person might watch this and find some nasiha in it. And that's it. Alhamdulillah, that's what you need in life. And yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this hadith already, but I probably haven't. أحب الأعمال إلى الله أحب الأعمال إلى الله أدومها وإن قل. Surely the most beloved deeds to Allah are those that are consistent, even if they are small. And look, even these hadiths, to be honest, I'd like to say that I practice them every day, but I practice them like once a week. But even once a week, alhamdulillah, it's been enough that I can actually remember it and say it from memory. And yeah, the most beloved deeds to Allah are those that are consistent, even if they're small. So, instead of me making 3 good videos in a year, how about I make 20 not so good videos? That'll probably do much more than those 3 good videos. Let's be honest. Especially if you consider different factors, the YouTube algorithm not really caring about my channel because, I don't post frequently enough. People unsubscribing because my channel seems dead. And so then when I make a video that might actually be helpful to them, they might not ever see it because they've unsubscribed at this point because I'm not posting regularly. Just posting regularly, even if the video is not so good, it's just way better than posting 3 good videos. 20 bad videos is better than 3 good videos, and that's just it. And people have said this from the beginning of time, and time again I've heard it and I've thought, yep, that's the truth. Yeah, 100%. And I've never put it into action. And even now I might not put it into action. I might be a hypocrite. I might say all this and then next week no video, the next week after, and then 3 months go down and I haven't posted a video. But inshallah, this is the start of many. Inshallah, this is the video that begins with the videos, if that's the way to say it. The video that is the start of all the videos, something like that. I don't know. But alhamdulillah, I think that's probably a good time to cut it. So jazakallah khair. Sorry for being inactive. For those who are returning viewers, for those who are new viewers, jazakallah khair for taking the time out. You're probably really busy day or taking the time out of your precious time, because at the end of the day all you have is your precious time to watch this. Jazakallah khair. And inshallah I will see you next week. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.